Today we're going to talk about
Fashion.
our favorite topic. We have a lot of other interests as well.
Yeah.
But no, we need to talk about Rickie first. We need to talk about you.
Oh my god.
You are like a new face,
Okay.
right? So maybe bring us back. What really got you into fashion? How you started your career in fashion?
I think it's a quite interesting question because it's like my whole career path actually based on how I dress.
Interesting. What do you mean?
Yeah. Meaning I was very young by then, and then I was like struggling, trying to figure out what I want to do in life. And then like suddenly out of nowhere, I got an offer to a job
Okay.
that I didn't even sign up for. It's just solely based on the fact that the owner of the brand is really interested in how I dress. Yes.
What were you wearing back then?
I think I was quite a little bit of not really a brand, but more like I was a bit non-gender kind of things. Yeah, so it's like it's experimental and it's very edgy.
Okay.
And then the person that was hiring me, she was really interested in how I dress, and she think that I can do a VM job.
VM, visual merchandising.
Yeah, and then literally the whole conversation was like, she asked me to go down to the store with her, and then she asked me to rearrange the whole store. And then I got a job.
Without any experience, just based on your outfit.
She just, I think that you can do VM, and then she just bring me to the store, ask me to do, reconstruct the whole thing in her store, because her store by then was like very new, and then nobody knows how to like organize things and make it more visual, interested. Yeah, so that's just how I got my first job in fashion. Oh, that's
Interesting.
very weird, because back then I was supposed to become a photographer.
Oh, okay. That's very different. It's still art.
Different. And then I landed in a job that I did not even sign up for.
That's how you got into fashion, like how you got interested into it.
Not really. I got interested in fashion since I'm quite
even
young.
before that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's never come to my mind that I will be working in fashion. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm more interested in photography.
So after that, what other fashion ventures do you get yourself into? Because of your outfits.
It happened again.
Okay.
I go shopping, and then I got fetched over by someone, and then she decided to ask me for a photo shoot. Yeah, it's like a lookbook photo shoot for her brand.
Yeah.
And then it just keep happening to me.
Okay.
But back then, dressing was not like a priority. I just dress in whatever I feel comfortable. But I do think that it's got so important to the point that it's actually opened new door for me. Yeah, it's actually something that is quite impactful of how you dress, because it's actually going to open new
different opportunities. I never heard of that before. I know Rickie now for probably coming to 2 years. Maybe longer than that.
Actually longer than that.
We work together and then so now every time I see Rickie in the office, you wouldn't find her style predictable. It's always suddenly she's feminine and the next day she's a totally different person and she's masculine. She's like a chameleon. I think you ever once described that your style is not fixed. It's like multiple. So I think it's fun to have this conversation with Rickie because she's highly creative. And there are a lot of elements that when it comes to fashion that either it inspires people or it triggers people.
Yeah, true.
So we wanted to talk about a series of topics that are way more than just superficial. Of course, we're going to go very deep into it. So I think for people who obviously use fashion as a weapon or use fashion as a shield, however it is that you're using fashion, I think what we do here is we try to bring substance to style. So I want to ask Rickie this question, right? So what is the true meaning of fashion, in your opinion? There's so many different interpretations out there.
Yeah, true. It's a very good question. I think in my own interpretations, I really like the idea of what is the meaning of the word fashion. So originally the word fashion, the term fashion is actually is the definition of how you behave, how you do things. It's not just tied in on the clothing or what you wear, but it's more like the way a person carrying himself, how they do things. So I really like that interpretation. So for me, it's not just about what you put on your body, but it's the aura that you're giving through how you carry yourself, how you do things, how you say things. So it's like a whole package.
But I think back then when I was studying fashion, what I knew was It's beautiful to see fashion illustration. And wow, what you can put on yourself, it's like art piece. You get to express yourself in different ways.
Yeah.
When you wear something structured, you appear stronger. When you wear something soft, you appear a little bit more agreeable. But back then, I couldn't connect that. So for me, the true meaning of fashion is you can be whoever that you want,
True.
depending on what you put on yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now the thing is, it's because we are like polluted with different kinds of agenda, and then we get influenced by what influencers and celebrities wear. I really wonder if people really know the true meaning of fashion. And do you think it's something that we can continue to demonstrate today?
Yeah, I do agree on the fact that nowadays people don't really see the idea of fashion as a thing that they were supposed to do, but more like just the kind of thing that they do to fit into society. Yeah. So for me, fashion is like a language. Yeah, it's like the way that you expressing yourself. Nobody is gonna introduce themselves. Hi, my name is A, and I'm very boring.
By that time, they already have an impression of you, anyways.
So it's like saying hi before you open your mouth. So if I see someone with a very interesting sense, I would immediately draw to them. So it's like a gateway to open to a lot of things without saying anything. So I think it's a very powerful tool that not many people know how to use or even care to use.
One thing that we always get is, why do you guys care so much about fashion? It's just clothes.
It's not just clothes.
It's how you
Present
carry yourself.
yourself.
It's how you present yourself. That's why in a lot of our videos we talk about clothes cognition, which means that what you wear affects your cognitive function. It means that when you look at yourself in the mirror, if you wear red, you will subconsciously feel like, I'm confident today, I don't know why.
Yeah, like powerful.
Because you're like in red.
Yeah.
But then when you're wearing black either shows that you are powerful and mysterious, or it can show that you're insecure.
True.
Colors, there's psychology behind colors. It's not just on fashion. I think one of the misconceptions that we always get from some of our audiences, they think that we take fashion too seriously, and when we give fashion advice, it becomes like a trigger point.
Fashion is a very subjective thing. You can trigger people by how you dress and what you comment to how they dress.
If it's 10 years ago when I first started out fashion, there's like certain do's and don'ts. But it reached to the point that it really depends, right? But then you need to look at the context of why you say, maybe the general do's and don't apply to you because you are at a certain stage of your life and your image goal is different. So I think people get offended also because it's like a projection.
Yeah.
What if I tell you I don't like white, and then you're going to feel offended? Like, huh? But why? Why is it that you don't like white? And then you start debating, and then instead of fashion being expressive, it becomes like a debate.
Yeah. But I think it's like, because we were trying to make this whole concept, this whole type of video for people who really need it. So I think it's just take it easy. If you don't like it, just
It's a
skip.
perspective. You can
just
you know,
scroll. Don't waste your time.
they will attack you personally.
Okay.
But that's human nature. It's okay. We're
Yeah.
all here to learn from human nature.
I think you wouldn't be attacked or offended by a person if what they're saying was not true.
Yeah. So what's your advice? Like one practical advice for people out there that, you know, they want to embrace fashion, but at the same time they feel like, wow, I cannot be like Rickie because she's like a chameleon. She's so versatile. She can be this and that. What's like that first step you think someone would need to take in order to embrace fashion in a meaningful way?
I think there's two things to remember. First of all, being fashionable is not the only goal. The goal is to be comfortable in your own skin. So you dress in whatever that make you feel comfortable, make you feel confident. But then the second thing is very important. Back then, they used fashions as a way to define social
Hierarchy, upper class, middle class, lower class.
Nowadays, that sort of hierarchy is no longer visible anymore.
gone.
Like you can just buy cheap clothes, but then how you style it, you can make it stylish or like upper class. So try not to bring back the hierarchy. Try not to dress in a way that make you look. You have so many choices. Why do you choose to dress like a peasant?
When I was doing this podcast with Ali, we were just talking about how couples shouldn't dress each other up. It's weird. Don't dress like each other, it's weird.
And then
People got triggered and said that we were trying to be the elite. I'm like, no, you're missing the point. It's that if I let my husband dress me all the time, I don't think I'll be respected at work. I'm serious.
Yeah.
Like, it's just... That was the talking point.
Yeah.
It's okay, we'll see whether you get cancelled. That's the KPI of this video, by the way. No, we want you to give us a lot of comments so that we get our engagement high.
It's not about buying expensive clothes or dressing in a very extravaganza way.
Yeah.
Just dress in whatever you feel comfortable. Like, I never planned for how I dress. I wake up in the morning and I just chose to be something.
She identifies herself differently every day.
Maybe this morning was all black and then I was like, wow, I look very unapproachable.
Okay.
So I decided to white. But then eventually I still look very approachable at all. But anyway, it made me feel comfortable. You'll see me in different style each day.
But your silhouette is softer, it's not structured, so
Yeah.
you're still approachable. The two of us, we have this resting bitch face, right? So it's an advice for those of you out there. If you're trying so hard to persuade people, to connect with people, but people just don't open up to you, sometimes your outfit is not helping your face. You know what I mean?
It
So
didn't
like,
do justice.
yeah, I try so hard not to wear black, and I'm still like half black at the bottom here. Just yesterday, I was going to meet this client, and it was a client's referral. So this client was telling me like, can you not wear black? Because, you know,
It looked a little bit...
and then I forgot, right? And then I showed up in black. And then I had to amp up my expression. Like, how are you? You feeling? You want to order? I was like, I was so tired. Because the client's friend is like a soft personality. She's like more
bit
agreeable.
shy.
So I can't be like the polar opposite. So this is actually very important. I hope that you guys won't get triggered. Even if you get triggered, I really don't care. At the end of the day, whether we say it, we don't say it, we'll get judged. So just sending the right message out there. Be intentional with what you wear.